Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel and welcome my good friend, Sara Kujawa.
Hi, everyone. You want me to say my...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi. I have a Facebook group. It's called Doing Grief Differently with Adam and Sarah. And I co-created the group with my son in spirit, who passed in 2014. So it's a very uplifting way of understanding and expanding and learning more about life and the process of grief. Well, there
Absolutely.
you go,
And she does a wonderful job there. Yes, I think it's great for any type of grief. Grief can feel the same regardless of what it is, if it's deep or whatever. So I think she does a great job with that. But today we want to talk. I'm so excited.
We're so excited because today is Nanette's birthday. Happy birthday!
Thank you. You told on me. Thank you. That's why I'm excited, though. I'm so excited because as most of you know, I do a lot of I'm constantly channeling, but I do a lot of channeling with the angels, Archangel Michael, particularly, probably because that's what most people relate to. And they really, really have been kind of pushing doing this video here on what it looks and feels like to balance your energy, because we are coming out of the old cycle, which I've talked about before many times. And in that cycle, we spent that time inward, most of us, and we did a lot of healing. We had dark nights, we did all that stuff. And now it's a new cycle. And understanding how it looks and feels to balance your energy, it keeps you from being discouraged, feeling like you're failing. And what else did you say about that people are feeling about it?
Oh, it feels stuck.
They feel stuck. Yeah. So, and I feel energetically, and she gets this stuff from her clients a lot too. I have a lot less clients than Sarah does because
well, you're busy with life.
Yeah, I'm very busy, but well, not today. Today we're just
today is your special day, your birthday, and I'd asked you if you'd baked yourself a cake, but you bought cupcakes, so there you go.
I ate them all. They're all good. Oh my God,
yum.
And now we're gonna mow the lawn. That's great. Can you hear that?
I hear a low noise like a motor, but that's okay.
Okay. So what it feels and looks like is, it almost feels, what's it called, when you have those highs and lows, that weird depression where you
bipolar.
It can almost feel bipolar, although it's not. I mean, if you're bipolar, you're bipolar, but it can almost feel that way because you are coming out of that cycle and you have those days and moments of elation, and then all of a sudden, and especially with what you were saying with these eclipses, which are like towers, they bring things up, especially the full moon lunar eclipse for my birthday eclipse.
Yes. Oh God. Birthday eclipse.
Yes, that was very powerful. It brings things up before and after, and this is a 6 to 12 month cycle. It's moving us, energetically toward our goals, what we were not manifesting before because we were spending our time healing, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So it feels like you're excited and all, and then something comes up. And when you're balancing, you'll tend to, well, first of all, you're going to say, well, what the hell? I thought I healed this. What is this? And then you'll cry maybe a little if you're a crier, but not as much as you did the other times when this came up. Mm-hmm. And then you will bring yourself to what's important is to not stuff it down, to go ahead and cry if you need to cry, to go ahead and feel the feeling, because that's how you make sure it doesn't control you and take you over. If you're stuffing it down, you cannot heal it. You cannot integrate it as an experience in your past and move forward. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you
and not to react too, because we all have these things that come up, especially when we're in tight relationships with others, whether this is work relationships or at home or your other half. Things can happen and you tend to react, and then the momentum builds and you keep going. So you just have to learn to kind of master it and get ahead of the storm.
It is
And
a master.
if you don't get ahead of the storm, you just got to ride the storm out.
You do. And this year in particular is a year of explosions. It's a year of reactive explosion. People are really, you see it in the
news
arena. You see it, in your own personal arena. It's important that people understand that, though, because I think people are reacting that don't normally react, and they think think they're crazy. It's kind of the energy of it is the energy of right now. And so that's something we do have to master, especially if you're not someone that's usually like that, because I'm not usually like that, and I've done it. And it takes a little more to balance that back down, because you're like, what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't know what overcame me, but it's about, mastering that. And then you've done all this. This stuff is all in your energy field. So balancing is moving it through, moving it.
Yeah, kind of like it's like on the gosh, I don't know. It's like on the rinse cycle on your washing machine. You know what I mean? Sometimes it goes fine, and then other times you get the rinse cycle on, and you put your, say you got your tennis shoes in there or something, and it's clanging and it's off, and you're all wobbly, and you don't know why. So you got to do a self-check, just recognize it and go, oh, yeah, that really bothered me. And it could have been something that happened earlier in the day, and all of a sudden it came up, and so many there, you projected it onto someone else. Kind of, or someone projected it onto you. So kind of recognizing, I don't think they meant that, but I took it that way, or I was in a bad mood, so I perceived it that way. Kind of like a text, a text without emojis, and you don't know how to perceive it. You can take the high road or the low road. It's up to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not the best way to communicate, right? I'm laughing. I'm laughing. But, it is all part of ascension. People don't get sometimes that ascension is also so much about emotions. Emotions coming into the 3D is a lot about emotions, and emotions are heavy and hard, and it's something that we wanted to master, So balancing is about, it's kind of a weaving in and out. Okay, I have to look at this again. So don't resist. Whatever you resist persists, right?
So whatever you resist persists. So meaning, if you feed into it, if you get in a conversation with someone and it's not a feel-good conversation, whether it's gossip or it's political or whatever, you feed into it and it's just going to keep growing and growing. And then you're going to see the universe is going to bring you more to complain about. Exact same thing is going to pop up. And you're going, I am a really good manifester, because look, it's not that it's happening more. You're just bringing it into your awareness. So
absolutely.
So pay attention to how powerful your thoughts are. And I've been working with my neighbor on that, and he's really recognizing it. We can be talking about something, and then an hour later, he overhears, or sees this at the store. And it's like, that's how powerful it is that we just brought it right up, and there it is, right there in front of you. You wouldn't have noticed it before. It's in your awareness now.
Absolutely. Me and my friend Beth do this kind of thing. She said, let's do this thing with butterflies, which you were part of that too. You sent me a butterfly during that. I said,
oh, perfect.
Sent me a blue butterfly. Yeah. So we were to notice butterflies. And it's so funny because it just comes up so much more when that's what you're focusing on. So try that with one
like my neighbor so just try silly experiences, and then you can realize how powerful you are. But like he was talking about how he's tired of something. It was so, we're talking about what older people talk about, but it was like an AARP commercial, with like, a celebrity, a child star celebrity or whatever. And I'm laughing. I go, I don't know what you're talking about. And is it Jimmy Walker? The one who used to say dynamite, right? Is that Jimmy Walker?
I don't know.
Because I'm older than you. I think so. But
Wait,
anyway,
Dynamite. Wait, was that
Dynamite.
something happened?
JJ
Okay.
Walker, Jimmy Walker, right? Anyway, see,
I don't.
we don't even know. Sure enough, I couldn't sleep, and during the middle of the night, so I'm looking for an HGT. I'm looking for like a home improvement show or whatever. So I get up and I flip it through and I switch the channel to the home improvement show, and there's that commercial. So that's how powerful we are. That's just the silly stuff. But if you notice the silly stuff and you go, wow, that's how strong you are. Whatever it is. If you're something bizarre and you come across it, like you're walking down the road and go, wasn't I just talking about this, and this? And look what this person's wearing. I was just talking about this shirt, and this person has it on. Yeah.
We should do another video on the alchemy of your words. I've done one, a short one, but we could do a nice long one on the alchemy of I'm writing it down, of your words. Because it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. Everything's energy, and alchemy of your words, the energy of your words, what your words do, and we tend to abuse ourselves, and
so it's like it's catching yourself when you put a icky definition on something. Because then now that's your belief system, because you just keep thinking it over and over, and that's your belief. So if you put a spin on it, whether that means it's a bad cuss word or whatever, it could be anything on belief system. But if you change the definition, go, you know what? That's not fair that I've been defining it that way, because that's what I was taught in the 60s or 70s. So I've realized that's maybe not true. I think that maybe they've updated the encyclopedia on that. So change it in your thoughts too. Be proactive and change it. Most people go to revert to something as a long-term memory. It's not serving you anymore. Yeah. So it's kind of fun to catch yourself at that. Go, oh, no, that's what I learned, or what I thought was true. It's not true.
This is another part of balancing, because that kind of thing does come up during balancing, when you are, the thought patterns that have brought you to where you got to where you are. So, redefining yourself is a balance thing. After you've done all that inner work, you don't want to go back to the you that was there. I talked about this the other day on one of my videos, how when you're in the midst of the dark night of the soul and you're like, God, I just miss me, that bubbly, happy me. I want that back. But that's not what you get. You get a better version of that. You don't want the old version of that, because then you have to go back and do everything again. But
that's
part
true.
of balance.
Yeah, you build off that experience. So we don't want to be. Yeah, how many times we say, "Oh yeah, I want to be 17 again"? I said, "Really?
No."
Well, if I had the knowledge now.
No, but I would not want to be 17. No.
Simply because everything kind of adds up. Just all builds up and off of that. So we're always shedding our old person view. So the person I was at 17 was totally different. I'm not that person. I was built on top of that.
What is it? Every 9 years, your whole body is new.
With your
every
cells.
cell in your body dies, and you have a new one within 9 years. Is that right? I think it's 9 years.
I don't know.
7 or 9. I don't know which one. It doesn't matter, because you're
Sounds
new
good.
all the time, right? You're always by the time you're 70, you're new 10 times. If it's 7 years, if it's 9, okay, never mind.
In dog years, that's right.
Oh my God.
So we don't. Our mind is so powerful. So powerful. And that's why I feel, and I know that a lot of people don't, the meditation is so beneficial. I don't care if it's 2 minutes or 102 minutes. It's where you can just quiet down the garbage. Doesn't mean it's a blank slate, but you quiet down the garbage, and then you kind of, what's important is going to surface.
That is perfect for balancing. And then also, because I'm going to plug this, because it's so pertinent to what you're saying, the heart brain synchronization meditation. I'm going to put it right here. That I've talked about before. It's not mine. It's old, but I do it pretty good for you to go into the meditation. We've got to do that to help balance ourselves. I think when you balance the heart and the brain, it's
Well, then you
amazing the
got,
way the
yeah,
world, yeah.
yeah. That's kind of like, it's like wearing a mood ring. You know, we used to wear, well, I did a mood ring.
Your age is showing. I love it.
It's your birthday.
It is my birthday. We'll focus on her age though.
um, the mood ring we check to see, but you just know, by how you feel, your mood, when you're off, when you're not feeling in alignment, when you're feeling like you're separate from God or whatever you want to call it. You don't feel like you're in the flow, like you're putting the pedal on, or your brake pedal on, or you're warring against another person or yourself, instead of just going, nah.
Yeah, and then there's another, it's like we're working together. That word you just used, flow. That's another thing that I've been getting constantly from my guides is go with the flow, be in the flow. So while you're balancing, it's so easy to get off kilter and get, first of all, pissed off, because I'm not gonna make it sweet and honey like. I'm gonna tell the truth,
right?
Get pissed off. It's so easy to get pissed off. I've done more this kind of thing, you know what I mean? But they just keep, thank God I get to hear this all the time. Not that I always listen, I know, but they're just constant. Nope, go with the flow. Go with the flow. You're done this 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many years you've been doing work. It could be a year, an accelerated year of inner work. You're done, right? So it's time to just move forward. You have all this energy that you want to balance. You have to balance it. You have to balance yourself so you can move forward. Go with the flow. They're always saying go with the flow. So if you can also do a meditation where you're kind of floating, maybe floating in the ocean or in the lake or wherever it feels good to you, kind of thing,
or whatever,
to stay in the flow.
And if you feel, what really helped me during my grieving process was if it was beyond, like I was so jagged and so stifled, I knew I just needed to lay down and force myself to let go. Whether that means I fell asleep for 20 minutes, some kind of reprieve in my body, because it would just, your body lets you know, it tightens up.
Oh yeah.
So, you have to, it's almost like a reset button. It's kind of like the old saying would say, well, did you get up on the wrong side of the bed? You need to do that over. Go back to bed, get back up on the right side of the bed. But figure out ways to stop the momentum. And then you just become, it's your new normal to go be more in the flow. It's just more of a normal. So you expect it, and you're going to notice it when you're not in the flow. You're going to know it. You're just going to know it. You're going to go, Urgh. But you can bounce back faster. So it may have taken you 2 or 3 weeks before to get back into a feel-good place. Because if you're not in a feel-good place, you're not going to have these epiphanies and deeper soul understandings. You're forcing it. You're pushing it back down. It's like turning off the hose and capping it off. You got to release all that pressure out of the hose. But as you become more in tune or in line with your soul self, the flow, you bounce back faster. You know what I mean? It might only take you 2 minutes or 2 hours or 2 days versus 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you have to balance to let the fear go too, because this is just a little, there's some people that need to hear this. I don't know how many, but I know there's some people who are like, I've been manifesting these past several years, and I don't know how to manifest anymore. And I feel like, intuitively, that it was not the right time for that. It was not the right time. And the time is now. It is now. And it might scare people a little bit, because you can feel intuitively it's time to move forward. Well, it doesn't mean all your manifestations are going to fall on your lap right today. It means you balance yourself and you keep moving that way. And that's why the angels keep kind of pushing for these types of videos, to encourage people, to keep people from thinking, no, we're not. Well, I just can't do it anymore. I'm just no good at this. No, that's not true. It's just not,
Well, and everything's divine timing, because our head's going to say we have to do it a certain way. Our head is going to tell us, until we can kind of break free from that and go,
higher self knows better.
I've been getting nudges for quite a while now. So it's time, versus when you know that it's the opposite. In that beginning of your awakening, you get a nudge and you feel like you got to act on it like, in 2 seconds.
And you need all the answers. We've talked about
now.
this. I was awake as a child, and you got answers in years. You had to wait years, and now the energy's so fast that you do get answers right away. And people complain about how fast that is, and I'm like, oh, you have no idea. You have no idea what it was like back in the '80s when you're like, I wonder how you do this, and you have to wait. The energy was so slow in moving forward. Spirit, there was barely anyone that was very spiritual, you know what I mean? Or that saw that side of the world. So it was kind of like you had to put it in place back then, kind of, you know what I mean? You had to do heavier. All the work. Because anything that I learned is already available to everyone in the world. It's in the atmosphere. It's in the cloud, right?
Yeah. It's just on a higher tuner.
Yeah. So yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So it just took, and I feel like the energy was lower back then too. I mean, that was when we thought the world was going to end too. Yeah.
I guess it's like using your intuition. You'll know because your body, feel it in your body. You're just going to know the timing's right. If your head takes over.
Oh yeah, just way past time.
Well, I have to move it this time because of utilities, and it has to be this way and that way, or to save money and all that. And you're like, that's your head ruling it, because you got a fear about money or the timing of that. See, it's a trauma that's coming up that's trying to overrule the intuition. A lot of people will do that. Yeah. Well, I was told I needed to move, but believe me, nothing's urgent. So I wish, but you've got to kind of feel into it and process and feel that balance. You'll know when things flow. When it flows, you know when to go, when to move and go with it, versus complaining that everything is going wrong. It's just, it wasn't the right timing. It just wasn't the right timing.
I agree. I think that, so if there's, I don't know, that's all I have for this. If you have more, do you have anything else? Or if they have questions,
just go by your mood. Just check in every day. Yeah. What can I do to reset my mood? Because usually it's something external that throws us off.
I feel like a light language for it's encouraged by the solar eclipse, and then the lunar eclipse, and then solar flares. I feel like there's solar flares. Are there a lot of solar flares? All right, my other friend.
I don't know. I had no idea, but I know there's a lot of jagged energy that needs to come up so it can calm back down. It's almost like, what is it, that flower that opens like once a year or something? It needs to open up.
Is it the
and then I don't know.
Now it sounds like you're talking about the one that eats you. What's that called?
Oh yeah, what was that? Oh my gosh. From the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Venus flytrap. Yeah. Venus flytrap. Oh my god.
Because the universe has always got your back. It's just you've got to get in alignment with what you want, not what you don't want.
It's true. And when I put that Bashar quote up once about,
I love my Bashar,
about when you do finally surrender to your higher self, you learn and understand that you really have all the power, because that's where all the power is. Your higher self already knows everything that you
not
want
outside
and
you.
how to get it.
It's not outside you. It's just there's a trauma, or there's some hurt, or there's some emotion around why you think you deserve it, or you don't want to get hurt, rejection, outcast, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, so are you pulling cards?
I did pull just a card. It's a perfect card for what we're talking about. Release the old and rest.
There you go. You can rest because you're not baking yourself a cake, so you can rest.
That's right, I will. And then the bottom of the deck, set your sights higher. I love that card.
What is that one?
Set your sights higher. Stargazer.
Okay. Well, I just pulled one.
Okay.
8 of Thought. I'll read it. You may feel as though you're restricted by the circumstances you find yourself in, but that's just an illusion. Make a promise to yourself to refuse to be stuck in a situation that makes you unhappy. Don't wait for someone to come to the rescue when you free your own self.
Oh, that's perfect.
So, there
Yay.
you go. Okay.
All right. Let's
So,
do a,
okay.
I'm going to do a toning.
Okay.
If you want to do a light language, you do one.
I'll do a light language in honor of your birthday too.
Oh, yay. Okay. I'm doing my toning for what I said, the solar flares. And if someone tell me if there's solar flares, I don't know why I'm getting that. Or maybe it's the effects that there were solar flares a week or two ago. All right. And a lunar eclipse. Okay. Okay, God, there's a lot of energy around me right now. It's making me tickle. Sorry. We are there. Yep.
It's very pretty. It was very uplifting. I felt like I was coming up out of my chair.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay, so this is for your birthday. Some light language for your birthday.
I love it.
Ayamakataya ananini namaya. Ayawana nananini na. Ayasana mananini wakataya titiana. Ayanini manana. Ayakwanana satikika amakaya tekaya namana. Ayawana asisisim bakataya tea. Anamanini tiska tateoti manaya tikatiaya. Ayatitiwanama. Anaminini ma manikitika ayatayawa. Akatinu manana. Ayana aninini manana. Akanima nanana. Akanima nanana. That went right straight to your sacral.
Yeah. What I told you what was bothering me before, right? It went right to that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I saw a bunch of elders. It's so funny with their little fat crooked hands like that. It was so cute.
Awesome.
Bunch of elders.
So there's your birthday gift.
Thank you.
And I love you, and I hope your day goes smooth. And now that we're both in the groove, we hope that this video helps everyone else to get in the groove on that record that feels good.
Oop. We love you all.
Bye-bye.